Judge Jim Doherty's brother, is the chef.
Great. KSLO, see you on the other side of 3. All right, what else we got going on? We got Steve Riley and David Greeley will be playing at, I believe it's at Nunu's. It is January 29th at 2 p.m. over at Nunu's. And now it's in one of the, I guess what they call the Singleton Barns right there on the right, because the old Nunu's building had burned. So if you want to go by, 2 in the afternoon, January 29th, great music.
SLEED is undertaking the study of the creation of an equine center over on Highway 182 south of Opelousas. That would be adjoining, and I guess you could say part of, in a way, under the management of Mr. Harold Turner. Harold Foreman, Harold Turner. Harold Turner was a good boxer. I was thinking of boxing again. But we have a picture of Harold Turner, Harold Foreman, right here. Can you get that up for us? There he is. He's having lunch a week ago. Now, on last week's program, we had his brother, Ron Turner, who lives in New Orleans, and very well-known person, I might add, in the New Orleans area.
And we left from here and ran right into the brother at lunchtime.
At lunchtime, we ran into Harold, and SLEED is making a study, a college professor from UL, Mr., I guess, Mr. Anthony Grieco, a professor of economics and finance, is making a feasibility study to see if this would work here. And they're looking at possibly a $10 million project, which would bring a lot of people into Opelousas and help all the tourism that goes on in our area would all benefit by it. So we wish SLEED and, of course, Mr. Harold Foreman and his group nothing but success in this undertaking.
We've got Black History Month coming up in February, and the whole month of February and March over at the museum, the Opelousas Museum of an Interpretive Center, right across the street from J.B. Sandals. We're going to have 4 different artists that are going to be represented. Darlene Moore, Randall Henry, Ronald Kennedy, and Ella Gilry. All going to be some art, some painting, some photographs, and Mardi Gras type decorations and art. So if you want to go by, they're open from Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30, and on Saturdays from 10 to 3 p.m. Call them, 948-2589. You don't have to go all the way to New Orleans to see a museum. You can go right to Opelousas.
This Saturday, which is January 21st at noon, for $5, you can eat all the chili you're interested in over at the Harley-Davidson, Cajun Harley-Davidson, and that's off of I-10, exit 93, I think is the exit number. And beautiful facility, and they're going to have some of the best chili chefs around, and it's a chili cook-off. So go take advantage of it and look at all the beautiful bikes and all of the
beautiful everything.
Ooh, that was January, though. That was the 7th. She's already gone. She's already gone. Boy, your eyes are big.
How about this picture? I don't know what that was. I'm like, what's that view with motorcycles? But I guess you got to have pretty girls, you got a pretty motorcycle.
I wanted to go, last weekend, I was wanting to go to our little camp, little hunting camp over in Winfield, and none of the guys, they had all basically gone the week before. Couldn't get anybody going, so I put on...
Welcome back, KSLO.
I put on my camouflage clothes. And Saturday afternoon, I was fooling around with that computer camera of mine, cell phone, and I'm taking a picture. I took my own picture right here of the fireplace. That's right. And then I took some pictures of, they were having a... Take that off. I took that crown off. we were playing, you and
TV. Oh, you got some pictures of Muhammad Ali. There we go.
Muhammad Ali had his 70th birthday last weekend. And yours truly should have gone there. I was not aware that this was all taking place. It was $1,000, which was a bargain to visit with the type of people that attended that. I love boxing.
That's the photo when he stood over Sonny Liston.
Yep. There he is right there. So I took those with my little cell phone.
That's the picture we wanted to show.
That's the picture we wanted to show.
Francis Assisi with Mardi Gras
and that was a gift that I bought myself over at Carl's Thriftyway, and they have some bargains. They're restocking right now. Let me correct myself. They are restocking. All the Christmas items are off, but they're getting ready.
It's Easter and spring.
That's correct. And Valentine. Don't forget Valentine. That's a big thing. Here, I'm driving back last Thursday from a boxing commission meeting, and that was one of the most beautiful sunsets I've ever seen in my life. It doesn't show as well as if we had your big camera on it, but it shows pretty good what I'm mentioning. And I want to apologize to Senator Albert Lee Guillory. He had his swearing-in ceremony at the old state capitol building, and I understand quite a number of friends and supporters attended that ceremony and party. They had Roscoe playing a little music, and there was a bus. You saw the picture in the paper. Some went by bus. And I was in a boxing commission meeting, and it was the one meeting that I really need to attend every year because we were renewing the boxing licenses for the boxing and the promoters all over the state. Right. And they were afraid they wouldn't have a quorum, so I had to pass up a good opportunity to visit with a lot of friends.
At the old state capitol, I think is where the swearing in went on.
That's right. I did email, no, text. I texted the senator and told him what the situation was.
I got a bunch of sponsors I got to get to. Let's start with Quarters Casino. Boy, I like to go to the Quarters Casino because they've got that authentic Mexican restaurant and cantina there, El Pico de Gallo. Boy, once I learn how to say that, I can see it just right now. Great, great food. They do the 2-for-1 margaritas with your meal each day. They're open from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Sunday. Go by, have a good time there. Go to the Quarters Casino side, do a little bit of gaming, and have a good time there as well. They've got the crispy, crunchy chicken inside the Chevron. It's open 24/7 with diesel there as well. If you got everything from a big diesel truck, maybe you got a little diesel Mercedes. I don't know how many of those they still sell, but whatever kind of diesel you need, they got it clean and easy to get to if you're in the 18-wheeler or if you're in just a regular vehicle. And drawings all weekend.
Yeah, I saw Pat. He was picking up food for he and the family over at the Palace Cafe last Friday night, and he had double knee replacement, both knees, and with a matter of just a very few weeks, he's already walking. He had a cane just for, security, but he's doing real well. So Pat, keep up the good work, and I might add, he's done a good job. They were struggling until he went in there and took over the on-the-site management. Right. He's put in some good, rules and regs for the employees, and the customers like it.
Dr. Kerry Thibodeau, if you're looking for a good general surgeon, he is your man. Board certified and a fellow of the American College of Surgeons, celebrating 20 years of general and vascular surgical practice here in the Opelousas area. He's known for wound care as well. If you need any kind of wound treatments, that's maybe something you've had a previous surgery that hasn't healed well, maybe you got diabetic issues. He does vascular type surgery as well. So if you've got varicose veins maybe, thoracic surgery, he does trauma type surgeries as well. You and I know, I've had a surgery done, you've got one of your daughters had a surgery done, and Dr. Carey was one of the I don't know what you call that, the other surgeon that comes in. You get maybe a primary surgeon. He's the surgeon who comes in with that surgeon and helps out.
Well, yeah, and he did a whole portion of the
for Kelly.
Yeah, on my daughter Kelly. That's right.
So
sure did.
Good work. You can always ask for who you go to see your general practitioner. He recommends surgery. You can ask for which surgeon you want. Dr. Kerry Thibodeau is your man.
Got a little story here from Pierre Mistro called me and said that he was over in Simsport at the Bayou Chateau nursing home and got to speaking with one of the employees there, Miss Dorothy, and Miss Dorothy Johnson. And Pierre would say, well, do you happen to know Vicky Baudelaire Arneville? And she said, well, sure, we're related. So, then Baudelaireville, everybody's kind of kin almost. And so she said, she said, yeah, I know him. And so I called Vicki to tell her that. She said, yeah, you met her husband, Mr. Jimmy. He's part of the tribe in Sherrington, Louisiana, the big casino place over there. And they watch the show when they're at home in Sherrington. She works, I guess, so many days on, and then she's off for so many days, and they go back and visit his family and friends over there, over at Sherrington. And so it's a little bitty world. You just can break it, and here we all can. And I had the opportunity last Christmas while attending Mass in Bourdalompville to meet both of them.
Dixie Storage, all your storage needs, personal and commercial, from everything from just a little handful of things around your house to maybe some furniture, maybe your RV where you need to be able to plug it in to keep the fridge running, your boats, do all that. If you're looking for high security with that nice fancy fencing that nobody can really climb that fence, good concrete so your feet are nice and clean, well lit, so if you can only go in the evenings when you're off of work. Easy to get to locations all throughout St. Leonard Parish, easy access to I-49, 190, and then the Washington area. They've got warehouse space available as well. If you're a business looking for warehouse space, inventory control, they do that. They've got their Dixie One trucking that can haul some of your loads between your warehouses. They can finish delivering loads for you, perhaps to the Walmart distribution center or any of the other distribution centers in this area. They've got their sister company, A Plus Glass, with locations in Opelousas and in Lafayette. They can do everything from inspections on the little bitty cars all the way up to the big 18-wheelers and all the glasswork you need, both personal and commercial.
Something I wanted to talk about since the Christmas season.
Go ahead, then.
Was the beautiful decorations over at Morrow Gates and Morrow. Stephen Morrow, Jim Gates, and John Michael Morrow. They had
instead of Stephen
beautiful,
Morrow, let's go ahead and say Big Daddy.
Big Daddy, yeah.
We know him as Big Daddy.
Yeah, that's what all of us know him by. That's correct. One night when they first put it up, they even had like a snow. They had a machine blowing snow out. They really did it out, and I just wanted to give them recognition. And I was visiting John, must have been last Wednesday night. I went to make a visit with John, and on the way back I stopped in at Café Envie. I talk about Café Envie.
I know what you had.
The pork wings. And when I was getting out of my car, a gentleman walks up to me. He was getting into his car. He recognized me. He walks up and he says, well, what's the good fortune I have of meeting the television celebrity here? And I said, whoa. I said, who are you? I don't recognize you. He said, well, you'll know my family when I tell you my name. His name is Richard Sashry.
Oh, yeah.
And Tony Sashry's nephew. And I said, well, would your daddy happen to have been Mr. Joe Sashry? He looks at me. He says, you knew my daddy? I said, he came to retreat a few years late in life. And I said, we hit it off real good. We didn't talk during the retreat. Well, we might have talked a little bit, whispered, and after the retreat and before the retreat. But his dad is deceased now, as well as, of course, as Mr. Tony Sashry. But a little bitty deal, and he walked back in and thanked, oh Lordy,
go ahead.
Oh, and thanked the young lady for the delicious pork wings that they sell. And
they know when they got a winner.
He had already gotten, he listened to the program last week and went the next day and got them.
Café Envie if you want some pork wings.
Yep, and I have the closing.
Let me tell you, pigs don't have big wings, they're good.
I have a little different closing thought for the day. This weekend, as every weekend, please attend the church of your choice. And it's restlessness. Okay. Why do we go through life with so much nervous energy, moving constantly, never satisfied, endlessly restless? It says, besides the endless expenditure of energy, we miss out on the pleasures of quiet contemplation. We should take some time each day to slow down, enjoy the moment, communing with God in the solitude of our quieted mind. Good thoughts. This is another article that's in the Morning Advocate every Saturday. Thanks for viewing, thanks for listening, and thank you, Andrew.